Hey guys, Manitove here again. What we're going to be doing today is going over day one of the 2v3 Guild War Challenge. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what happened. In this first match, I am taking on a Garo, Rakan, and Rauk. So I brought in Bastet and Leica, thinking that the shield would provide my Leica with enough sustainability to essentially try to solo this team. The second round, I brought in Chow and Camilla, hoping that they would be able to handle the Jean, Water Beast Monk, and Perna comp. I figured post buff Leica on his skill 1 would have enough sustain, and I haven't changed mine over. Mine's still on a vampire build, so I have double the amount of sustain on skill 1, and it worked out pretty well for me in this match. Although, unfortunately, I believe I end up losing my Leica because Garo is just annoying in his own right. That anti-kill passive that boosts his attack bar, I think, is able to cycle him enough to take out my Leica. I was hoping that the Bastet multi-hit would have eliminated him before he had the chance to kill the Leica. And also, as you see, I chose to go for the shield there because I didn't believe the skill 1 from my Bastet would have enough damage to take out the Garo. So now I'm just going to wait till I can get the Garo in a position to where I can get my skill 3 up again and take out the Garo. Elemental disadvantage is going to prevent his healing from overtaking my Bastet and continuously landing that attack break and hopefully landing that heal block. And this should be the killing blow. Pretty easy first win for me. Second round I know did not end up very well for me because there is something built into Camilla's passive when she is on offense that the defenses will not crit. Chow is a newer addition to my arsenal as well, so not optimally built. Mine is on a violence build. I'm trying to remember the offset. I do believe it's a Nemesis. But I figured he would be a good choice for the defense leader skill, bringing in 2 water units, and his ability to ignore the invincibility, but it did not work out this match for me. So now I try to go for the Camilla solo, and as you see, 4 hits, no crits. Finally get a crit. I believe the Perna even lands a few stuns because elemental disadvantage is a thing. But yeah, just gonna wait this out. It's gonna take him a while to kill my Camilla. Even though my Camilla is not a tank Milla, it is a crit damage, crit Milla, on speed, crit damage, HP. I'm thinking about switching the crit damage rune out and throwing a defense rune on slot 4. That way it is truly just a tank, and I'm going to use it more in that aspect. Because I don't seem to be enjoying the crit Milla as much as I thought I would. Just as we most know, Camilla used to be highly meta, especially in the arena defense aspect and when Guild Wars first came out, but since then so many units have come out and so many of the mechanics have changed. Camilla's viability has waned. I was also hoping by bringing in the Camilla, as you can see, it's on destroy, so Jean does damage on her skill 1 based on the her current or her maximum HP. So I was hoping that over time, if this match drug on, that I would be able to mitigate the Jean's damage. But unfortunately, Just not enough procs on my side. Not enough damage to bring down the threat fast enough. As you can see, even though it's a 2v3, Camilla is still annoying, even though the chances of winning solo on this, maybe just because my rune build isn't that great on her, never came to fruition. Chandra is a unit I don't have and I would really like. I know he's falling out of the meta on the defense a lot because of the newer units and whatnot, but for offense I would still like to pair him with my Jean and Iris, because that would just make so much more of a sustainable comp. Alright, next challenge is I lucked out. 2 light units on defense. Ajan and El Sharion, and then Praha. So I brought in my Sierra and 2A Varus. Second round, brought in Leo and Vanessa. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how this played out. Really liking this Varus 2A. This is the whole reason why I 2A'd him first, is I wanted something that was another option over Joltan to tank the Jeans. But as we saw in this match, my Sierra luck was very good, so it just went a little proc crazy, so I was able to drop that John pretty quick. The way I looked at building this Varus, mine is on a revenge will build, and that is for the simple fact of handling the Jean proc nuts, how she seems to go. Cry out provocation, then she's going to attack, hopefully into the Varus, and then the Varus will stun her, and I don't have to worry about any more procs. Or at least if it does proc again, it procs one less turn of damage. This one I thought I would just bring in my Leo, let him get killed, and then come back and kill. Unfortunately for me, that happened. Fran got an additional turn, which means her skill 3 will be up 1 turn sooner, which is going to allow the Odin to get his stacks up again. I believe this turn it's going to Blessing, and then Bastet gets her S3, and then a proc puts my Leo in kill range, and it's over. Alright, we have Sierra, Wusa, and Eladriel on defense, so I brought in Jean Iris to strip, stun, taunt. It's going to be a longer match, but just full control, and then silence the unit that I need to silence to hopefully mitigate damage. And in the second round, I decided to try out this new buffed water demon, hoping that the Odin would kill him, and then we have 2 units on defense, the Fran and the Beta, which are known for their procs, so I was hoping they would turn cycle enough to bring the demon back. I believe this match does not end well in either instance for me because of RNG, and when you're doing a 2v3 challenge, you want to go for the fast, quick kill, and I went with more of a progressive over time comps, and they just did not work out for me this time. So something I learned going forward is going to go ahead and try not to tank out and rely on CC as much, and just going to go for quick snipes. As you guys have seen in my previous videos, I really do enjoy the pairing of the Jean and Iris because of their both passive heals. Really does allow for more sustainability and more viability for whatever the third unit I usually bring in is. Normally I run like especially against something like this, I would bring in a Commune for the shield. But as you can see, the epic resistance leader from Sierra, in addition to the speed lead, so I believe the bomb gets detonated the next turn, and then Elad goes on a little proc frenzy. Oh, that's right, I was able to cleanse it this time. But Elad does go a little proc crazy, I believe, in this match, and puts my Iris into killable range. Got a nice resist on the stun. Oh, there we go. One thing I've been wanting to do is put my Iris on a violence build. The strip and stun aspect on Despair is pretty nice, but just having Iris on violent might be a little bit more reliable for the sustain. As you see, it goes right for the demon. Now, had my demon had skill ups, that would have been a kill, and I think things would have ended a little bit better for me. But no skill ups on the demon. That's another newer unit, and as predicted, the proc heavy defense of Beta and Fran. I mean, Beta's already gotten, what, 2-3 procs? I built 2 Betas hoping for the same RNG and never worked out, so now both my Betas, I believe, are stripped and de-runed and just sitting around. And that was my first set of guild matches, so we'll go into the second. Alright, the first comp is a Commune, Ritesh, and Ariel. So I brought in Bulwark and Molong because Commune will provide a shield every turn, pumping up my Bulwark. Second round I brought in Agaro and Camila. They all had will, or 2 of them had will. They all had shield, so that allowed for max stacks, allowing me to snipe out the Ritesh, which made the match much easier, honestly. There's really no threat other than the Commune keeping a heal block on my Molong. I grabbed one of my pre-made offenses for this, and that has my violent variant Molong in it. Would have been safer with my vampire Molong, but it worked out. I'm actually favoring the vampire Molong over the violent Molong, even though the violent procs do come in helpful. Just having the sustainability, especially on when you're taking on a wind unit like Ritesh. Sometimes if they have a shield or they're able to mitigate some of the damage via a passive, that Reckless Assault won't kill, and then that puts your Molong into a dangerous position. So having the vampire on it, I mean, it's not a full heal, but he only takes about 25% of his health and damage, opposing to the full 70%. So just a little bit more of a safe comp. Although sometimes when you get insanely lucky and you're able to proc multiple times with the violent variant, it just makes the match go quicker. So, next round didn't look overly threatening in the first place. That's why I brought the Garo in. And of course, Zeros will derp, because Zeros on defense just doesn't make much sense nowadays. I figured even if I lost my Garo, my Camila would be able to solo this. And after a couple of hits, I noticed that the monkey was not on destroy, so that pretty much sealed the deal either way. My Camila was going to be able to handle this defense. Once again, somehow, someway, no crit on the Camila with her anti-crit passive, apparently. I've also noticed that that anti-crit passive also works pretty effectively in the water boss in Labyrinth. Don't know how many times I've brought in Camila just to auto farm that boss and just watch it stay frozen the entire time, because for some reason the boss will crit on everything but Camila. But ComTOS does say it's working as designed. Alright, next match will be, once again, an error on my part, so we'll go ahead and skip that. Apparently I put the same video in twice. There we go. We have a Kamoon, Eladriel, and Varad on defense, and then because it was a farm guild, I tried to 1v1 this Water Warbear with my Lyca. So just dropping a bomb on the Elad. Don't want to detonate anything because I know I'm going to have immunity, and I want to get 2 bombs onto the Elad before I detonate, so I can just go ahead and get the kill, so I don't have to worry about his pass or his heal. And then Sierra misses a bomb, as she's known to do. At this point, because already one turn has ticked off, I decided to let the bomb do the stunning for me, so I can hopefully cycle another turn to drop another bomb. And now detonate and kill the Elad, and then next I will work on the Varad, who with elemental disadvantage, of course, would freeze the wind unit. Wasn't an overly powerful defense. And Sierra seemed to provide some luck in the 2v3 challenge on the first day. It was a pretty easy match. The whole purpose of doing this is really to bring some more enjoyment into doing the Guild Wars, because Guild Wars has been around for a while, and just doing it on a daily basis has become pretty redundant. So just making a little fun. Figured I could sacrifice some points in 1 week and hopefully bring some entertaining content to you guys. Now, as you see, this Water Warbear is on Violent. So, and apparently also it is max skilled. Because its heal is on a 2-turn cooldown, and seems to have it up quite frequently. We'll just go ahead and skip ahead a little bit, because this match takes a long time. Because as you see, it goes on and on and on. This is a song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. and ends in a draw because I have a vampire Leica, so I'm not going to outproc it, and it has elemental advantage, so I'm not going to be able to land enough dots to kill it in one turn. And that is the end of my first day of 2v3 challenges. Sorry about the missed video in there. I believe that one was actually it was a win. I won both matches. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. If there's any comps or any ideas that you guys have, please leave them in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and you guys have a great day.